Good morning, everyone. We're getting ready to start our day. Whew. It was chilly this morning, 46 in the bus. A little light frost on the ground, so we're waiting for the sun to kind of melt off the dew so we can use it on our painting process. But right now, I've got some coffee. Some good stuff. I need to check under my hood for any kind of little critters. Let's see what I got. If anything, I got mouse traps under here, so we'll see. Oh, let's see. Still full, still baited, still baited. Yep, they're all still completely baited, which means no little furry things. But I did, when I was over at the other campground, caught over 40 mice. 6 of them inside the bus, and the other ones all under the hood and around. But that's a lot of mice. And when I got over here, I set the traps back out in a couple of days, a couple of evenings. The traps were all cleaned out, nothing in them. Well, yesterday, I found out what was doing it. Didn't you? I now have pack rats. Yeah. I caught a pack rat. That thing was this long. And I just wanted to catch it before, to get in there and damage things. Because my daughter in New Mexico a couple of years ago had pack rats getting her Toyota and caused almost $10,000 worth of damage under the hood. They chewed up everything. Pack rats will do that. Mice will do it. Pack rats seem to do more, and they're all a lot bigger. But we caught the one pack rat, and maybe that was the only thing I have. So we'll see what happens. But kind of like what the guy in Jaws said, we're going to need a bigger boat. You're going to need a bigger boat. I'm going to need a bigger trap. But yeah. And speaking of Jaws, that came out, I think, in 1976. Do you believe that's almost 50 years ago? Wow. I was working at the movie theater in high school at that time, and Jaws just came out when I first started working at the movie theater. There were 6 weeks Jaws stayed in the theater. So I got my fill of watching Jaws. But yeah, but we're going to need a bigger trap if they still stay around. But we got another week and a half here. And like I mentioned before, we're going to go out, and after I get through painting and show you around this beautiful area of rocks. My boss told me before he left, he said, I'll give you 40 hours. He said 20 hours one week, 20 hours the next. And this is Friday as I'm filming. This is Saturday as I'm filming this. And I have completed my 20 hours last week. 2 bathrooms, 1 shelter, and half of another. So I got 20 hours starting now this week. So there'd be plenty of time to do the other 3.5 shelters. So I'll have my 40 hours total, 20 and 20. And then I'll be done. And, some people ask me, well, why don't you drive the company truck over here? And, well, a couple of reasons. One, I would have had to bring a tent. And I had enough tent living for a while this summer. So I said, no. I told my boss, I'll take the bus over, and if I need anything, I'll bring it back. He said, oh, no. He said, just take everything you need over there, leave it there, and you don't have to come back. You can just keep on going. So that's the reason why we're in our home on wheels, because we don't have to go back to Cedar Mountain area and drop off the stuff. We can leave the sprayer and the paint, whatever else, up here in the bathroom locked up, and we don't have to worry about going back over there. So we continue on our journey as we get ready to move on south towards Quartzsite. It's a beautiful morning at Honeycomb Rocks. It's about 8 o'clock, light clouds, Slight chance of rain today. The sun just came up over the mountain. We're going to walk around and we'll show you more of this later, as I mentioned, but right now we're still in the working mode. Got to paint some more. So we're just going to walk around here and enjoy the cool morning. Zen is somewhere back there. There he is. He's enjoying being off leash. I do have to watch him because there are deer and things out here, and he gets a notion to want to go chase things or go see what's going on. Not chase them, but go investigate, as Pyrenees do. And there's my sun shelters I got to work on. You see 3 that are still white. We're getting there. I'll show you the 3 stages of what I'm doing. Here is before. Here is during. Got this one started last night. Didn't get all the big stuff done, but we'll get that done today. And this is the after. This was almost completed. I got the little ends to take care of, but I'll take care of all those at one time when I get the other 3 finished, the other 4 finished. It's coming along. Oh, let me show you a little bit of what's involved in painting one of these things. Like this is a steel structure, and the top is all tubing. 2-inch, I think, tubing. Back up. You're in my paint. Back up. Ugh, goodness, right in my face. And so you can't roll them on there very well, so I have to go up there and do what I can. First of all, get up the ladder. And this is a solid roof. I mean, it's solid, but there's about 1.5 inch space between each of these tubes. And it's a little eerie if you're afraid of heights, because one thing, you're now 8 feet plus off the ground, and you can see all the way through everything. And your feet won't go through it, but it's just that feeling like you can step right through it. And my paint can is not wanting to work too well. There it goes. So what I do is what I did on the other one. I just roll it out. Use a paint roller and roll what I could, and then come back later and use the hand mitt. That paint roller is not very good shape. It's been used a few times. So, well, that's part of it. Nice view though, but goodness gracious, it's a little eerie up here, like I said. And you can see like all the way through the bottom. But A little more paint here. This is the time consuming right here because you got to do each individual little slot. Each tube has to be done. And sometimes I found it yesterday, if I go at an angle, it works better than going straight up and down. So we'll try that too. It's getting there. It's getting there. But yeah, these are about, I think they're 15 by 15 feet. That's quite a bit of space to cover. And you really can't get a drop cloth. I tried a drop cloth on yesterday, but the wind was blowing so hard yesterday. There's no way to even try to spray paint these things. Because as soon as I put my ladder up yesterday, I turned around and get some paint and the ladder blew down. So I decided I better tie it up here or I'm going to be stuck in this rooftop. Well, I can get down, but it wouldn't be very pretty. But this is the idea. Now you're probably thinking like, why do you need to cover the top? No one's going to see it anyway. Well, yeah, they will. Because the rocks are higher, the road's a little higher in places, so you can actually see the top of these covers as you drive in. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't worry about doing the top, I don't think, as much. But yeah, this is a time consuming because once you get this in, then you got to go between each one of them and do the sides and then do underneath and then go back and do it all over again because you can't get enough paint on one coating. So anyway, we're going to get on with this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the best part because it's out here in the middle of nowhere. And here's what I use for the rest of it. Just a painter's mitt, they're called. Just a big glove that's got the paint, material on it, the fabric. Just put your hand in it and stick your hand down in the bucket or in the paint tray and then go after it. Works pretty good, but it's a disadvantage is A, I'm doing this most of the time, so it's over my head. And then B, it covers okay, but you can only do one side at a time, then go back to do the other side, and then you got to do a second coat. So it's very, very time consuming. I think the shelter yesterday, when I did it, I think it took me about 6 hours plus to do one shelter. So, yep. So I got 2, 3 more. That's 18 more hours. That's 20 hours. That's my 20 hours I needed, and I'll be done. But we're going to go get on with it. I got to watch him because the gate's right up there, just a few 100 feet. And yesterday I saw a truck. And what did he do? Took off after it. So I've got his leash ready to hook him up. And we're going to enjoy this windy day. But yeah, the wind was blowing so hard yesterday. It about blew me off the roof a couple times. This canopy top, it was blowing so hard. And there's no way you could spray paint like that. You would waste so much paint. The bucket I've got over here is a 5-gallon bucket, and it would take almost 5 gallons of paint to paint this with the spray paint because you're losing it all. You're blowing it past. I've done one shelter and this one and only use about this much paint in that bucket. So one bucket will almost cover 4 of them, so which is good. When you spray paint it, one bucket will do 1. That's why I have 4+ buckets of paint. So let's get on with the paint. Well, everybody, this is the last shelter I've got to do. Got about 5 more hours of work on it and we are done. If my boss wants any more paint work done, he's gonna have to wait till next season. I'm tired. It's a lot of work. But yeah, just about done with this. And then I can relax for a couple of weeks. We'll have to move out of here. Just about had an injury yesterday on the other camp shelter. My ladder decided to fall over with me. So not this one, but the little step ladder. I'll get down from here and I'll kind of show you what happened. As I was working on the other campsite, these are sand and gravel mix that are off the edge, and I've got to be out here to get the top of the outside of these sun shelters. So this is just a recreation kind of thing. I'm not going to go through it, but I had to get up here and I had to use my paintbrush to get into the corners. And I was on my ladder, pretty sturdy. I was up here about 3 right here, and I was painting like this. That all of a sudden, I felt the ladder start to do this. Yep, it went like that. And when it did, I went down, missed the big bucket of paint, hit the other bucket that was empty, smashed it, broke it up. The paint tray landed like over there, and then still upright. I only lost like a 1/4 cup of paint. But I landed down over there, landed on my elbow, skinned it all up, rocks and gravel everywhere. And just, as soon as I hit that bucket, I heard something crack. And I was like, oh no, something broken now. Well, it was actually the paint stirrer stick that was inside the bucket. When I hit the top of that, I broke it off. Injury. So I thought, well, it's still working. But a little sore on the elbow down here where all the skin's taken off. But what'd I do? Jump back up, make sure I was still intact, grab the paint, grab the ladder, gave it a good talking to, and went back up and finished painting. So that's the second time I've fallen off a ladder. First time was about 30 years ago. I fell off a ladder. I fell with a ladder in my sticks and bricks and broke my arm. And I got a 6-inch plate with some screws in it, because it broke it in half. So that wasn't much fun either. But yeah, we're done with the painting after this, and then we're going to kind of relax and get on the road. So thanks everybody for watching. Zen's is down there at the 3rd sun shelter. For some reason he wants to stay down there in the shade, so I don't know, but that's what he's doing. Just let him do his dog thing. And yep, we'll finish this up. We'll get out of here on the painting and hang around, and we'll show you some of this beautiful area, all these rocks that I've been walking around, and there's still places I haven't seen yet. I mean, here, this is going to be kind of cool to look around in. So let's get on with it. Let's finish up the video and say, once again, thanks for watching. See you guys on Around the Rocks.